And boom, boom, bam, we're live. What is up, everybody? How's it going? For those that watched our live yesterday, yes, it was yesterday, right? It's been a whirlwind the past few days for me. But for those that watched our live yesterday, we were having some issues, and well, the audio issues continued. So, well, I think we got that straightened out. So. We got 10 awesome people out there waiting. Fishing and Freedom's out there. Chris Everett, CVA in the house. How are you? KY Redneck, good to see you.
What's going on, KY?
Let's see. Uncle Jeep in the house. Of course, Uncle Jeep is here. Ryan Boritz, good to see you, my friend. Happy New Year to you and everybody else out there. It's been a very interesting year. 18 awesome people. Thank you, thank you. Ed Evans is out there. BBQ Mike. Nina's kayak crew. Brian says, I never catch you live anymore. Lucky Ronnie's out there. I saw Lucky Ronnie last night out there fishing. We all have issues, Stan. I know. That's why we all get along so well. Nina's kayak crew, Jeff Beal, up to 22 awesome people. Fishing for Whiskers. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Grace, my friend. How you doing? Good to see you. All right, you'll be back in 2023. That's awesome. Lucky Ronnie's arm's probably sore after his day today. Uh-oh. Sounds like he had a good day. But it has been an interesting, kind of a bittersweet, the end of 2022. It was, Chucky's out there. How you doing? It was not the year I thought I was going to have, but all in all, not a bad year. I did catch PB this year. We won a couple tournaments. Won some Golden Whisker Awards at the Catcon. So all in all, not a bad year. That's the plan, Uncle Jeep. That's the plan. But I think every year has been Stan 3's year so far. So, Annette, how you doing? Good to see you. Speaking of that, there he is. Dustin, how about you? How was your 2022 this year?
2022 was awesome. We never imagined we'd be where we were at, and we've met so many awesome people, done so many great things, and looking forward to even more this year or in 2023. We've well, he's gone. How's everybody doing? Yeah, TSW. We've met a lot of awesome people. We've got to do. We got to fish the dock. We've got to fish with Stand 2 and Stand 3. You know, we've caught a lot of peanut butters. So, overall, it's been a fantastic year. We are definitely looking forward to 2023 for bigger and better things. BBQ Mike, the weather here right now is in the, believe it's 50 degrees.
Yeah, it's the weather is nice. Temperature is supposed to be warm tomorrow. I think it's only supposed to get down in the 40s tonight, and we're supposed to get some rain tomorrow, which for us is a good thing.
Well, hopefully it rains in the afternoon because we are going out in the morning for our final 2023 or 2022 live for TSW. We'll have myself, Sean, Fishing and Fever is going to be with us, or Fish and Fever, and then we'll have another guest on the boat with us tomorrow morning.
That is awesome. Good luck. Good luck to. It'll be good to see Sean back out on the water.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mike.
That's right. Stan 3 and Ryan both got a good chance. Talking about kayak anglers getting 100. That would be something to see.
I can't imagine putting 100 on a kayak. Get that thing out of the water alone. Probably weighs more than Stan does.
Yeah. I imagine the 100. I imagine Stan 3 and Ryan could answer that question, but I imagine that would be one of those go to the bank situations. BBQ Mike, awesome. He's going to be at Catcon 2023 in Louisville. And wait till you taste these chips, Dustin. Amazing.
Ooh, I love food.
But smoked potato chip. It was awesome. It was unbelievable.
That sounds fantastic. I got my Mountain Dew in honor of 2 stands.
Well, thank you. Of course, you know I got mine. Have your people call our people. We'll get it worked out. Oh, what?
Ooh, Ryan Bort says he's moving to the big boat world.
Uh-oh.
Hell yeah, it was better.
How could you?
I definitely flipped trying.
There you go. Yeah, you got to try it. So we are gonna have at least one other person come up. BBQ Mike is saying, what time you guys gonna go live tomorrow?
7:30.
7:30 a.m. an early one. Hey, Mike T's out there. Mike T, great to see you. Dustin, I remember the story I was telling you the other day with my first live.
Yep.
And going all night. Well, there it is. There's Mike Turner was one of the ones that kept it going while that whole when my phone died, and I thought the live had ended because my phone died.
Sampy, what's going on? Dragonfire, how you doing? Good evening. Jeff, what's going on? I know I saw you a little bit ago, Jeff, but I hope you're having a good evening. Let's see if I can see if Sean's. I know Sean's on the way back from Jersey. If he's not busy or if he's home, I'll see if he wants to come up.
Oh yeah, that without a doubt. Always welcome. I heard you say hello to Sampy out there. Always great to see you. Dragonfire. Great to see all these people around.
Evening, Kevin.
Kevin, Palmetto Cat's in the house. Kevin stopping in to say hello. But
I will say I have ended 2023 or 2022 on one note. I think I'm officially old now. I have to have readers. And they're crooked.
And
there we go.
There we go. I did pop the link out there. If anybody wants to pop up and say anything about the year they've had in 2022 or what they got planned for 2023.
Speaking of Fishing Fever, there he is. He'll be going out with us tomorrow morning.
Well, that ought to be a good show. I was watching some of his shorts earlier, trying to get caught up on that. When you bring somebody, start watching somebody new, try to go through and watch some of their videos.
Absolutely.
Well, I hope so, Ryan. I wish you the best, my friend. Ryan Bort saying 2022 was his best year in life yet, but 2023 is going to be better.
Absolutely, Ryan. Absolutely. Oh, cool.
That's right. Yes, I remember. I remember that was tonight. Well, good luck with that daunting. Good luck with that daunting task. That cannot be an easy task there. And so wishing the nominating committee well. Bill Jack's out there. How you doing? Ed Evans is out there. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please do so. Greatly helps. Greatly helps the channel out and is greatly appreciated. That's right. That's one of the easiest ways if you want to help a channel out. Super chats and all that are great, but the hitting the like button, sharing it out, that's the easiest and best way to help out any channel that you're on. Butterflies and sunshine, how you doing?
Hey, butterflies.
And all in chat, hope you're having a fantastic ending to 2022 and looking forward to an even better 2023.
Correction, funtastic.
Yeah. Oh, funtastic. Excuse me. Yes. Remember what you were saying about getting a little older there, Dustin?
Yes, it's funtastic.
I may need to borrow them. I know, Jeep. I know. Dan didn't fall off the boat this year. Absolutely. I hope so. I wish everybody out there their PBs this year.
I know our peanut butter is going to go up this year, 2023.
Without a doubt. And you still got a shot at increasing it tomorrow, so you never know.
We'll be in the same area I caught my last one.
Greg Burgess out there. Good to see you. Hello from Louisiana. 30 awesome people. Thank you, everybody, for coming in.
Hellcat Patriot rod. Nice.
There you go. Those are some nice looking rods. Somebody who was showing that? Somebody was just showing that. I think it was Creole. I think it was Creole the other night on Roger's show. Roger and Creole's show on Tuesday night. Well, yes, I think that there's going to be definitely some monsters caught here. Yeah, that's one thing. If you fish the James, you're going to have some mud and you're going to have some mud and debris on your rods. And
yep. Yeah, still got some on mine too.
and the boat. And
well, there's that too. There's what he's talking about right there. Some of that James River grass.
You know, I wish that was one of the things that I wanted to do this year. It's one of the first years in a while we really didn't do much of that. And we've got another awesome, amazing guest. And we're going to bring him up.
What the fish snatcher?
Boom, boom, bam. What's up, bro? How you doing, my friend?
Fish snatcher. Hold on, let me turn off the thing. How's everybody?
Fantastic. How you doing?
I'm doing great. What's up, Dustin? Two Stands. What's going on, bro?
What's up? What's up? How are you?
Chilling, man. Hope everybody's having a blessed year. I came to spend some time, bring out the 2020, the end of the 222s, but it's the beginning for a new chapter for my bro. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
What y'all got planned for this coming year?
Woo. How about you, Dustin?
Probably just meeting some more folks. We got to meet, we got to go fish the dock and meet Tom, LG Bass this year. We got to go up to Potomac and meet the Potomac crew during that get together, the gathering. That was fantastic. That was awesome. We got to do a lot of fishing with the stands. So hopefully we meet a lot more folks this year, do some more trips. Definitely can't wait for Catcon. So that's going to be fun.
Catcon sounds like it's going to be awesome. I'm hearing a lot of people talk about that. It's going to be packed.
That's right. That's right. And Catfish Conference link is out in the description if anybody wants information. It's February 24th and 25th. You don't want to miss it. And they also added not only Catfish Conference, they're bringing in crappie vendors also. So crappie or crappie, however you want to say it. But, you know, crappie convention doesn't sound as good as crappie, you know. They could have that.
Sounds crappy.
Yeah, exactly. The double entendre there, you know, sometimes that's not good. But yeah, so there's going to be catfish and crappie convention. So
nice,
yeah. Shout out to Mark. I'm sure Mark could be at that one.
Yeah, he better.
King Crappie himself.
I was going to say it's his namesake, the Catfish and Crappie Convention.
Oh, is that what it's called?
It should be.
I don't know if they just kind of said catfish / crappie convention, but
Cat Crap Con. What the?
what?
What the
No. I need one of those special fish snatcher. We need to have the little bro up there.
Yeah. Don't say that too loud because somebody will pop up. Get your butt back over there, bro. He'll jump out. We got to excuse little bro. He's rude sometimes.
That's right, Danny Stone. I will be there.
Hill Jack. Long time no see. Is that the real Hill Jack?
It looks like it. He's saying he's not going to be able to make it this year. Couldn't get the time off. Danny Stone is saying, wait, Dustin's going to be at Catcon. Heck yeah. Last year's Catcon, you know, I'm up there and we're talking and I hear this voice from way in the back and I'm like, what? Who in the world? Wouldn't you know? Danny Stone. About 150 people and Danny Stone, you hear him over top of everybody.
Hey, I'll do my best to keep Jody from punching you this year.
I don't know, Jody, like she got a mean right. You better watch out.
No promises.
Catfish Viking said he'll be there.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's going to be.
I got to make it to one of these.
And I believe the countdown is 56 days, 56 days away.
It's like the Catfish Christmas.
Yeah, and it's, you know, on top of just going there and seeing all the new gear, all the, you know, if you're going to invest in a rod, some of the, let's face it, you know, some of the rods, $100, whatever for a rod. You want to make sure you're getting something that you like to use, and the best way to do that is to actually get some and get it in your hands, feel the grips, check out how it feels, how the weight, et cetera,
right? And
you get to check side by side just about all of the main rods out there.
I probably would go just for an epic demonstration. I heard Epic's going to be doing the demonstration, and I know that's going to be epic.
That's right. Epic has done the seminar he did last year, and he did the one in Kansas City. So he always does a great job. Epic actually got a standing ovation at last year's seminar.
Shout out to the bro Brian B. What's going on, man?
What's up, champ?
That's right, Danny. That's right. You got Chad out there, Mr. Kitty Whiskers.
Mr. Kitty.
Honeycut, how you doing? Reporting for duty.
See, I think Mr. Kitty Whiskers was on your show the other night. Well, one of his videos on your review show the other night. If y'all haven't seen a Fish Snatcher live show, what it does is he has put your name on the wheel. You come in, you say I want on the wheel, put your name up on the wheel, When your name comes up, you get 3 minutes. You pick out whatever video you want. And, of course, you know how we roll. Keep it positive. It's family-friendly, which, you know, most everybody out there in our catfish community is. And just a lot of fun. So if you don't have Fish Snatcher yet, make sure you pick them up.
Appreciate that.
You
It's all about supporting each other. That's what I'm pushing right now. You know, try to make it cool to support one another. You know, make that cool, because that's what we need out here. If you're really trying to be successful at what you do, you got to support somebody else. I support people more than I support myself, and they grow faster than me.
And the thing I like, Snatcher, is that you're doing it the right way by actually having people watch the video, leave a comment, and like you said, going out there and supporting them.
Well, that's important, because not only for the person that you're watching, it's also important for your channel as well. Because, you know, YouTube watches everything. You know, they don't want bots. You know, if you out here like, you know, watching bits and pieces of videos and you wondering why you don't get any traction on your channel, it's because YouTube is watching how you move in the YouTube world. So like when you watch a video and you leave a comment related to that video, they know you're an actual real person and not a bot, and it helps move you around in the algorithm too, to where they want to push real people, is what I'm trying to say.
Absolutely.
Catfish Cameron says, "Can you believe someone just told me it doesn't matter if your cut bait is bloody?" What? That's the whole point of having cut bait. Brian B. The bros are out there this weekend, Snatcher. I don't know if you heard about that.
I've been checking them out, man. I got to hang out behind the scenes a little bit on their TikTok. And them dudes just having a blast out there, man. Got me wishing I was there.
That's right. Mr. Kitty Whiskers says every show.
Appreciate that, Mr. Kitty.
Shark Smith Angling, how you doing? 38 awesome people. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. We just up here talking about 2022 and 2023.
Martin, what's going on? Martin's going to be at Catcon.
There you go. I'm pretty sure that he's going to win the longest distance to Catcon award, coming all the way over from the UK to come to Catcon.
I heard him mention that in the chat in the last live I was in, but I didn't realize he was actually coming from the UK. I thought he might be here already. So he's traveling all the way from the UK just for Catcon. That is awesome.
Yeah, so definitely deserves an award for that. That's for sure.
I agree.
Kitty Whiskers is saying blood and fish oil from fresh cut bait. Exactly.
That's where the scent is.
And one thing that I have learned from Epic, if it's fresh cut bait, like you just caught the shad or whatever, that fish, once you cut it for up to about 3 hours, it's still giving off an impulse, still giving off an electrical impulse. So the fish can pick up on that as, you know, as a live, even though it's a piece of cut bait. I think that's why we've actually caught a lot of flatheads, which normally hit live bait, but we've caught a lot of.
Let me ask you then, Stan, what you saying that? Is it a myth about the stink bait then? Like the old rotten old?
Well, for channel cats, that is, you know, channel cats, they are pretty much, they eat just about everything. Your flatheads are pretty much a predator fish. They eat primarily live bait, but they'll also eat fresh bait. All right, Hill Jack, see you later. So that's why I think that's important. But yeah, flatheads do not like that old, nasty kind of stuff. And that's a lot of, and that another thing, that's one other point out there, Snatcher, is that, you know, people hear catfish, they just think all catfish are the same, and they're really, really different. Like flatheads like live bait, fresh bait, they relate to structure. Channel cats, they'll eat, they're more of a scavenger, but they do eat, especially as they get bigger, then they'll eat more of the live bait. And blue cats, pretty much, they love current, but they same thing. They eat pretty much a lot of fresh bait. They're pretty much a predator. They will eat some other things also, but so they're all a little different.
I know, like some of the people in the chat is probably really experts at catfishing, but the Snatcher is a noob, believe it or not. I was all about the panfish, catching something to throw in a pot. I like to eat things. So I started hanging out with the bros, started watching all you guys' YouTube videos and got gassed up, guys. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I got gas. I knew I can do it. So I showed up to the fishing bank with some chicken. And everybody on the bank laughed at me, bro. They were like, fishing with chicken. I was like, yo, y'all don't know. This is a secret. They laughed me off the dock.
And I will agree with that. The smaller blues will, but once they get a little bit older, they primarily will. You won't catch too many on the stinker baits and things like that. That's why most of the companies that do like stink bait or punch bait, they target it for channel cats. But yes, when they're smaller, they'll eat chicken livers, they'll eat pepperoni, but as they get bigger, they tend more live bait type.
And for that too, if you think about when you're going for targeting blues, it's not just about smell either. Presentation's a big part of it as well. So that's why when you're putting the headpiece in, how you hook it and how it's in the water. Another one of my new favorite baits, and I've been wanting to do it for a while, but my first time ever doing it was during the River Wars tournament, was a shad fillet. Because that fillet, the side of the fish, it moves in the water like a fish does. So it's a lot about presentation too, not just the smell of the bait.
Now, Dustin, when you do that, do you have to hook it a certain way to make it get that tail whip action?
I don't think it's a precise thing. So I don't think it's a precision thing about the way it flops in the water. I just think just the movement itself. So you don't want to hook it in the middle. So you definitely want to hook it on one end or the other.
Yeah,
so
right.
I will typically hook it up where the head of the body would have been, and let the fillet go down.
Oh, that's good. I'm gonna try that now. You're gonna get me back. Don't get me laughed at, Dustin. Don't get me.
No, I'm telling you, I caught a 33 pounder on it a couple weeks ago.
I appreciate that for shizzle. Thank you. And I love the name. So you caught a what on that?
I caught a 33 pounder in the river tournament 2 weeks ago.
Nice.
Right.
And with shad, cut bait with shad?
Yep. It was a shad fillet. Probably about, I don't know, what do you say, about 3 inches, 3.5 inches long?
Yeah, it was the whole, we got big shad here in the James, and we just filleted right down the one side. So it was a good sized piece of shad.
And it took him a minute to get it in because it seemed like he took the bottom part of it and he mouthed it and pull it in, and then he'd kind of suck it in some more and suck it in some more. So you kept seeing the rod tip go like that. And then after about 45 seconds is when I set it.
I did learn that from you guys as well. You gotta wait. You gotta wait till the fish commits before actually, hook setting.
Murillo Family Fishing says a Chad fillet?
Filet. A filet, yes. Creo said he's hearing the word filet on people's lives all the time now.
Oh, without a doubt.
B-Hub.
You know what, B-Hub? We've talked about that before. One of the spots for getting bait, you can pretty much get bait there most of the time, but it's around a mill, so you can smell it. You can smell the water. It smells different, and obviously, if them shad are hanging out there, they're going to have a little bit different smell. So we have wondered that same thing. The shad that hang out in there versus in fresher creeks and stuff. So that's a good point.
That's a good point Mr. Kitty Whiskers has too.
Exactly, Mr. Kitty Whiskers. Another great point. And that's another thing. People think that catfish, they've got this reputation of just being the bottom feeding lazy fish. At times they can be as picky and finicky as trout is. he said 1 week fresh cut bait, outfish live bait, and the next week live bait was on fire. Try everything and let the fish tell you what's for dinner.
Does
That's
that
right.
change with cold water? Like the temperature right now in the water, does that affect that?
Yes. More so, it affects the size of the bait because with the cold water, their metabolism slows down, so they can't digest as much at one time. So a lot of times, smaller baits in the colder water tend to work better. But
Really?
yeah.
And another thing you can do is, I mean, if you're, and some people like to do like all one bait. Some people just do shad or just do chicken or just do whatever. I mean, let the fish tell you what they want. So, I mean, we were out pretty much all day yesterday. And we struggled to catch anything until towards the end when we downsized our baits a little bit. But B-Hub and his dad were out there in the same area we were. They call it 8 or 9, but they were all on chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I mean, you have to let the fish tell you what they want.
Yeah.
What do you think about the chicken that they
could,
like, though? Like, chicken's not native to the water. Like, why do they like the chicken?
Well, there's a bunch of different theories on it, Snatcher. One of them is it's a protein, so catfish is basically a swimming tongue. Their skin is nothing but a sensory organ, the whole skin. So it's basically like a swimming tongue. They detect scent and everything. So that one of the theories is that they just pick it up as protein, and so they eat it. Another theory is that it looks like, if you ever popped open a mussel, it's very similar looking to a mussel.
Right.
The clams and mussels.
Right.
That's
a good one. Yeah.
Another theory is that birds are around the water all the time. So catfish
eating the birds.
That's right. Catfish eating birds is not anything unusual. So it is.
Really?
Yep.
Even though there's not a lot of chicken in the water, there are a lot of birds.
Same thing, yeah.
Same thing, right.
And
that's the best one.
To that note, Danny Stone actually came across a goose that was hit on the side of the road on his way to the Mississippi River. He used that as cut bait and caught fish.
What the fish snatcher?
But no, there's videos out there. If you look it up, there's videos of like flatheads pulling ducks off the bank.
Really? I mean, that makes sense. That makes real good sense.
So chicken does work. It's my day in, day out, my first bait of choice is going to be whatever bait fish are swimming in those waters. But it's great especially wintertime, sometimes it's hard to find bait. So having a backup bait like chicken that will catch fish, having that with you does make it easier. You don't got to worry as much about finding bait.
Right.
What's going on, Mr. Duggar? And
shout out to Sunfish Assassin. I see that up there, man. Thanks for supporting the bro with the 222. Happy New Year's to you, Sunfish Assassin.
And that's right. Big shout out, Sunfish Assassin. The 222. That's kind of a connection to his mother as well. So Sunfish Assassin, thank you. He's been out there, big supporter for a long time. Sends me pictures all the time of that my man can catch some fish.
He likes to throw them in the pot too.
He throws them in the pot.
He throws them in the pot.
Shark Smith angling. He's out there catching the sharks. That's a lot of fun.
You see that thumbnail? What the fish snatcher? Man, you're brave. Is that thing alive? Is that alive? You was a wild man.
Yeah, shark fishing is a lot of fun.
It is fun. It scares the crap out of me, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. They whip around fast.
Hey, can I put one of your comments on the screen, Stan?
Sure, go ahead. Go for it.
Mike Turner made a good comment. Ducks and geese are native to waters. Catfish eat them in the wild. Chicken is similar in looks and scent.
I mean, that makes sense what you guys was explaining about that. Especially like you're saying, especially with those geese hanging around the water all the time. I'm sure they get got from time to time.
You got somebody else in the basement.
And we've got another awesome person waiting to come in here. Boom, boom, bam.
Muskrat.
What's up, Roger?
What's going on, fellas?
What's going on, Roger?
chilling like some villains, but we top billing.
That's right. That's right. I got a good excuse for being late. I've been on the phone with Paula Smith for about the last half hour.
Ah,
Well, that's definitely a good excuse. That's definitely a good excuse.
I thought I'd get away with that one.
Yeah, I hope she's doing well. Hope she's doing well.
She is. She's excited. She's ready for the new year. She's wanting to get on some fish. She wants to fish bigger, harder, and badder than she ever has. So
awesome.
For those that don't know, Paula had a battle with cancer, and the last I had heard, the news was she was cancer free. So
Awesome, man. All praises to God. Congratulations on that great, awesome news.
absolutely, yeah. So
hey, we
she
Be good downstairs like that.
Mr. Duggar out there. How's it going?
Mr. Duggar, what's going on? Welcome to the live.
So with that being said, I have no idea what we've been talking about up till now. So what
Hey,
are we
Roger.
talking about?
Well,
We did mention filets.
The filet?
the filet. That's right. That's right.
I love the filet.
Basically, been learning a lot of good things, about how to get some noobs like myself on some catfish. A lot of different options, a lot of different techniques, and what works and what don't work. And these guys have really been dropping some knowledge.
You know how it goes. You know how it goes, Roger. Even though we're talking Happy New Year, we still talking catfish. So.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Let's see. So that's basically, yeah. We were talking about how 2022 was to us, and it was a tough year, but hey, we're here.
It was a strange year for a lot of people, right? A lot of strange things happened in 2022, but we're still here.
We have the sadness of our loss.
Wow.
Yeah, and for
Me yawn.
and prayers for everybody. There was definitely some losses in the community this past year, and
Already hear that.
many prayers for the families that they can get some peace in the new year.
Is that
But,
Tiny Smith for your side?
Yeah, how did you know that?
Oh,
Oh, the star of the show has arrived.
how you doing, Tiny?
Oh.
Good,
How was your
Good.
2022?
good.
Good. How was Christmas?
2023 going to be better?
What?
Is 2023 going to be better?
Maybe.
Maybe.
Will be.
No,
I can
that's
feel
not
it.
acceptable.
It will be.
It could be better, right?
It's going to be supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Now spell that, Roger.
What did you want to say?
She may have never even heard that before.
You've heard that before, right?
What?
Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
I only
You
heard
like
it
that?
and I'm old school and I listened to Big Daddy Kane back in the day.
Derek said he saw a big catfish hit a duck off the top of the water.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
There's my
We're going out.
crappie day fish on. Go ahead, Roger.
I was say we're fishing tomorrow, Sunday, and Monday.
Woo!
Nice. What's the weather like where you're going?
Pouring rain tomorrow morning.
Same here.
Pouring rain. We're going anyway.
Are you going to be on the boat?
Yes, sir.
You got to cover?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you're going to kill it.
We don't.
You don't?
Yeah, it makes a big difference.
It
What
does.
time are you
Now-
going out, Roger?
Daylight.
Okay. Yeah, we'll be out. We'll be live about 7:30 tomorrow morning.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Are y'all going in Sean's boat?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no cover.
Nope.
You want to say? Happy New Year, everybody?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year to you too.
Roger says you got to fish in his tournament next year.
That's right. That's right.
She says yes.
You go start looking at all those other kids and all the prizes they've been taking out of these tournaments I host. You're gonna wish you'd been there.
she said, and she's not going to come in second. What
Oh.
the fish snatcher?
I was gonna say
There
she
you
had
go.
a lot of big shoes to fill, but
To our last tournament we had, every single kid went home with a brand new rod.
that's awesome.
Nice.
That is awesome.
It
He was
is.
very blessed.
And that was another awesome thing about Catcon in Kansas City is I saw Michael Marilla out there. They're coming up with a name for it, but it was the kids section, and every kid that came in got a free raffle ticket, and they were doing drawings every half hour or hour. Anyways, and basically every kid that showed up ended up winning. There were so many rods and things donated that basically every kid that showed up went away with some sort of prize.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Boom, boom, bam. Jimmy G's out there.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up, neighbor?
How you doing, Jimmy?
We got to get Jimmy on the boat. Liam and Zach talked today. Jimmy, be ready. We're gonna kidnap you here within the next weekend or two.
And that's kind of one of the things we were talking about, Roger, was getting out there and fishing with different people. Dustin and Sean have new member in the community out there, Fishing Fever.
Yep.
We'll be out there fishing with them tomorrow. So
Nice.
I believe Monday we're taking somebody out we've never fished with before. He's new to he's always been a fisherman, but never really targeted, bigger fish and not done much river fishing. So we're excited if he's available. If not, we
Roger,
might be grabbing Jimmy.
I give you credit for it all the time. One of the wisest things and the things that make the most sense when people ask, how do you catch bigger catfish? And you've said it since I've known you, is you got to just be prepared. You fish for bigger fish. You be prepared to catch the bigger fish. So
How did you get prepared?
well, you listen to shows like Muskrat and Creole Show on Tuesday nights.
Right.
You listen on Friday nights. You watch a lot of the shows and kind of take the information that you get and you try it out in your waters. Some things may not work as well. Some things may work better, but you take the information that you get. But if you're going from targeting, let's say you want to specifically go out and catch bigger fish,
Right.
well, then you use, you're going to need bigger line. If you're only using 10-pound test and you're going out and trying to catch 40, 50, 60-pound fish, I'm not saying you can't, but chances are you get a 60-pounder hooked up on 10-pound test and it's just not going to work. You got a better chance if you got 30-pound test, you got an 8-aught, a bigger hook,
Right.
you got the baits for it, you got the reel, the rods for it, et cetera, et
That's what
cetera.
I was going to ask. If you could create a starter pack, what would it consist of? People in the chat can answer that one too. Like if you had 5 items, I don't know how many items it would be total, but what would a starter pack look like for somebody switching over to going to catch big fish their first time out? I got my Uncle Lou's rod. What else I need?
There you go. That's a good one. What do you think, chat? What do you want? Y'all put something in there.
Yeah, if you could put 5 items, starter kit. What's a good starter kit for a person switching over to targeting big fish? We know we need the big line, like Stan said, and we know we need a bigger size hook. What else do we need? Somebody put dynamite. What is fish? I ain't messing with you. You one of those guys that send me to the bank and get me in trouble.
Well, the dynamite, y'all heard that joke before, right? These couple good old boys were out there and they were catfishing with dynamite. Boom, boom, boom. The game worm comes up and says, "What are you doing? Y'all can't do that." So he lights a stick of dynamite, hands it to the game warden. Game warden throws it in the water.
Yeah. Fishing with. Okay, what we got here? Any combination of hooks, floats, rattles, beads, lures, sink holders, snap leaders, and swivels. You two guys explain that for me.
That's a lot, Jeff.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Well, And it also, hey, Snatcher, it's going to depend on what water you're in too. If you're in a lake, you're not going to need as heavy a weight as if you're in a river with current. If you're in, if you're in a tidal river, it's going to be different.
That's awesome. So now me, for example, I'm in the lake. That's where I'm probably going to be going. So what does that look like?
Well, I would say probably 1 ounce, 2 ounce sinkers.
Yeah.
You know, do you know if the lakes that you
Egg
fish
or flat? Does it make a difference? Egg sinkers versus flat? Is that
Not a lake. I don't think it really makes a difference.
not too much? Like the flat sinker, pretty much with current, it's called a no roll, so it lays flat on the bottom, and with the current doesn't. But you know, in a lake you have snags and things, so it just depends on which one works better for the waters that you're fishing on. Sometimes the flat ones won't get stuck as easy. Like if it's rocky, the round ones will get stuck and wedged in the rocks, where the flat no roll sinkers kind of bounce over top of it. They don't get stuck as easy. Things like that.
So, Snatcher, the answer to that question is really nuanced because it's dependent on where you're fishing at. So, but just for a basic starter, you got your Uncle Lou's rod, whatever kind of reel you're comfortable with, whether it be a spinning reel, a bait caster, a Zebco, it doesn't matter. Whatever you can get the bait out in the water with. Your 30-pound, at least 30-pound lead or main line, 2 to 3 ounce weight, a nice size, a bigger size hook because you're going to want to put bigger bait on. Now your hook size depending on your bait size.
right?
It's not the size of fish you're going for.
Right.
Because
right.
I've caught.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I've caught 4-pound, 2-pound catfish on an 8/0 hook, and I've caught a 55-pound catfish on an 8/0 hook.
Really?
So it's now there are going to be some of the monsters out there like the 80, 90, 100 pounders where their bottom lip, that the gap is important in your hook. So your 8/0, depending on what gap it is, may not fit around that lip if it tries to get in over that lip. Now,
Right.
if it hooks the corner of the mouth, you should be good with an 8/0. So that's what I would say. I say any pull, doesn't matter what it is, as long as it makes you comfortable. A reel that makes you comfortable, at least 30-pound line, a weight, and probably at least an 8/0 hook or for your bait size.
And
I like that.
Cobb
That's simple,
DMV says a big landing net. The net is
True.
important when you're trying to land big fish.
Must have gear. Right.
Jet is very important.
Crappy Day Fish On says good net and patience. That's true. Bigger fish tend to not bite as quickly. You know, like you can go out there and bluegill, you can load up, you can get all the bluegill you want for the pot.
Yeah, quick.
That one big catfish, it may take a little bit. B Hub again saying the good swivels, hooks, weights. Boom, there you go. A willingness to learn. There's another good one.
Absolutely.
Sinker sliders.
Like that.
And Catfish Cameron, bing, bing, bing. He wins the award right there because the rule number 101 in fishing, especially for bigger fish, you got to fish in a place that's got big fish.
And I find it's hard to find a lot of big fish in lakes because they all get taken out.
It's true. That can be true.
So fish, a big fish is, again, it's one of those subjective things because big is dependent on your waters, right? So there's a lake that Lake Chesden near me or near us that your big fish is probably gonna be 10 pounds. I mean, that's a monster for Lake Chesden. When you go to the James, there's probably 100-pounder in there. So
right. That's true. Very good point.
So, Texans, how you doing?
Shout out to everybody in the chat to answer that question. I appreciate y'all. Y'all going to help the Snatcher catch a fish, and that's also some good content. If y'all ever think, of a good video that you could make, pick you 5 items, 6 items. I don't know what the number should be. Y'all would know better than me, and show us noobs what it would look like starting out, how you would do it if you was just brand new. That'd be that'd be some good content to see, because it'll give confidence to people.
It's funny you bring that up, Snatcher, because Stan 3's wife, Jenny, just not too long ago was saying that she was telling some people about that, and they were asking questions, and she was helping translate for Stan 3, answering questions and stuff. And you know, they go to Walmart and there's all these rods and all these whatever. And if
Right.
you don't really know fishing, it all is, you have no idea, you get lost.
That's right.
So she was saying we should do a video, the same exact thing like you just said. Like
That's
if somebody
confirmation.
hey, you know what? Bam, someone's knocking on my head.
What you waiting on, Stan? Better beat everybody to the punch. That's one of those things, though. Like, no, people can't make too much because, like, you know, people come to you right now already, Stan, for advice. Same way as you, Dustin. We know that somebody has knowledge. It's just only smart to ask these kind of people. You know, you're not going to ask the fish snatcher how to catch a catfish, and I can't catch a catfish to save my life. You're going to ask somebody that catch catfish and that has a history of doing so. So I think it'd be wise for you guys to do that.
I agree,
Maybe
Snatcher.
we'll do a
Thank you.
collaboration video.
What's
Do it
that,
in the
Dustin?
collab, you said?
Then maybe me and you can do it, or us, and you guys can do a collab video.
There you go. There you go.
That'd be
We've
awesome.
been known to do a little fishing together.
That'd be awesome. I said, I'm mad at myself right now. I should be down there with the bros. The bros is doing it. They doing it BIG right there. They having a ball, man, catching fish.
Yeah. And Danny Stone brings up a good point, especially if you're just getting started. You don't necessarily need expensive gear. He's
Right.
caught big cats on $19 Walmart Tiger rod and reel combo. I've had our very first live. I had a not Uncle Lou's, but a Lou's LEWS Lou's Cat Daddy combo. It was $25 at Walmart, and I think our very first live I caught a 22-pounder on it. So you don't necessarily, now as you get going and you start targeting bigger and bigger fish, and you need to cast bigger baits and bigger weights, those rods aren't rated to cast up to only a certain number of ounces. So
Right.
that's when you step up to the Uncle Lou's or like Freddie's or Big Cat Fever, and then you can, then you can appreciate it more.
Well,
But-
that goes back to what you were saying earlier about going into Walmart without putting out too much, because I already see that your wheels is turning, and I want you to make that content. I think you get where I'm going. When you walk in there, it goes to that point he just made.
Yeah, and to the point of the rod quality. I mean, you don't have to have an expensive rod, or you don't have to have a heavy duty rod either. Because I've seen, Stan 3's wife caught a 60-pounder on one of those little Barbie rods, or those
Really?
Snoopy rods.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I seen a video with Stan 3 catching one of those little miniature rods. Yeah, is
Yeah.
that the same thing? Yeah, okay.
So it can be done. The difference being it takes a little bit more skill to catch them on the smaller rods. So if you're just new to catching big catfish, catching them on small rods is not going to be easy. So
Right.
if you're going to target bigger fish, you're going to want to get a bigger rod.
Well, let me ask you this: is the rod more important than the reel, or the reel more important than the rod?
It depends on where you're at. If you're, and that's it. Go ahead, Stan.
I would say the reel is going to be more important, because if you get like a little ultralight reel, there's no way you can put heavier line on it. Like you couldn't put 30-pound test on like a little reel that you used to go pan fishing with.
Right.
It won't be able to handle. You'd have like 10 feet on there, and that's it. You wouldn't have.
And the gear ratio too, right?
Yes, that would
Good
be.
point. Good point.
Yeah, I think that I love to see some stuff like that, Stan. I think that'd be good for everybody, honestly.
And
Who
how's it going,
we gonna
Jeff?
be?
Well, he's in there somewhere.
Oh, you pulling the fish snatcher magic trick on me. I see your name, but I don't see it there.
Danimals Creations and Adventures is saying, "Who's this guy on the bottom right down there? I've never seen him before." What the fish snatcher?
Uh-oh.
What the fish snatcher? You must be under a rock. Yeah.
And speaking of that,
What's up,
Danimal?
What's going on, Daniel?
What's up, Stan, Dustin?
Danimal and Dom, how you doing? Happy New Year!
Hello.
Say Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's.
Happy
We
New
thought
Year,
we'd
buddy.
pop it up.
Happy New Year's. What's the young man's name?
This is Dominic.
Dominic.
Man,
I get the chat to agree with me. Is Dominic the coolest guy in the room?
I don't recognize the Snatcher guy with that beard.
Hey, I'm trying to go incognito. I said, if you want to be like the cool kids, you got to dress like the cool kids. So here I am. Look at all you cool guys up there.
Hey, we got that same stripe right there on the sides of the beard there.
That just means you wise, brother. That's what it means. Just wisdom.
Yeah. I figured I'd just pop up and say hi to everybody. Give Stan, say what's up on the last New Year's, on a pre-New Year's last show. I hope everybody has a good New Year's, and 23 is going to go off with a bang. I've got to record a video. I'm going to post hopefully maybe tomorrow. Give everybody some good news.
Awesome.
And,
Good news is always good.
Always.
Yep. What's up, Mr. Jeff? But yeah, figure we pop up and say hi for a minute.
Well,
Awesome.
thank you. And
Hopefully we're gonna make it back down to go fish with Elgato a little bit more pretty soon, and Dom be catching some good fish.
Who's Elgato?
Chris and Jackson.
Oh yeah, I know.
Jackson.
Yep.
Awesome.
Well, we're gonna make it back down here, and hopefully we're gonna try to get out and do some more fishing once it warms up. Get Dom back out there, do some more fishing, and get him on the fish. Yep, camping.
Oh, you my kind of guy, Dominic. I told you he was awesome, the most awesome guy in the room. Camping and fishing, man. You rock.
Wait, what did he say?
You can't compete. Trust me. Don't do it. You can't compete.
I ain't trying.
Dominic
I ain't
wins.
But I just figure we pop up and say hi and make an appearance and say hi to everybody, and hope everybody has a good, safe, happy New Year. And
Hey,
hopefully everybody.
My
What's
wife
that?
D. Smithy sending Happy New Year to you and Dom.
Dom, Stan's wife, Diane, she's always been a big fan of you. She said Happy New Year's to you. Say thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, we hopefully everybody reaches their goals with their fishing this coming year. I plan on being able to get out and make some things happen. So a lot of big changes are going to be happening this year, and hopefully we're gonna see better fishing for sure.
Awesome. That's great news, man. And hopefully God blesses you to exceed your expectations.
I appreciate that.
Beyond your
I
wildest
feel
dreams,
you.
man.
Hey, keep an eye out for the video I'm going to drop, because it's got some good news, and it's got some big news, and things are going to be exceeding what I've been wanting to do. So, and definitely as far as my creations, you guys are going to be seeing some creations pop up finished here pretty soon, and then I'll be able to get on some more. So,
Awesome. When the new video dropping?
I'm going to try to record one tomorrow, and I'll try to drop it tomorrow. That way it'll be a partial Happy New Year's video and include the big news.
Awesome.
So y'all keep an eye out for it if you don't mind. But everybody have a good, happy, safe New Year.
If somebody could drop, somebody just asked, I think it was Jimmy G asked if somebody could drop Fish Snatcher's link, and if somebody could also drop Danimal's link.
Shout
So
out to you, Jimmy.
Watch out for the video.
Thank you, Stan. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop down, get back to this movie we've been watching with Dom, and have a good night. So we'll talk to y'all later. Thanks for having me up, Stan.
All right, happy New Year. Thanks for coming up.
All right,
Bye.
thank you.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Bye.
New Year. God bless.
Well, that was awesome. Love
That was
seeing
awesome.
love seeing the young ones. That's all, without them, fish are things we love. They're gonna just die. So it's up to us to pass that on to them. And
Not only that, get behind them when they're doing positive things, right? Because we want to let them know everything they're doing is positive, is cool. We don't want to support the stuff that's not cool. We want to support the positive stuff. And that's how you're going to mold that next generation into being awesome people. Just supporting everything that they do cool. Get behind them. Yeah, get behind them.
Thank you, Martin and Rhonda. So Jeff, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How you guys making out?
Oh, we're doing great now. You here?
Yeah, that's right. I'm watching this video from 2 weeks
Big
ago.
show.
And been going and going and going. I mean,
Nice shirt,
I love it. Yes.
What video is that?
Oh, this was Muskrat. He was hosting River Wars. It was a James River against the Tennessee. Yeah. So this is me fishing. This is Ed Evans' boat and his gear. So
Nice.
it's a nice fishing rod. Well, I'm sorry, a little ahead of myself there. Well, anyways, I just want to stop by and really appreciate you guys letting in myself and Ed Evans to the James River. To my goal was like 5 years ago to get to the James River to catch myself a blue catfish, and you guys fulfilled my dreams.
Awesome.
You guys did it, man.
Awesome.
So
You guys, it was because of you guys.
That's it.
Hey,
And
So fun.
how did you make out in that tournament? May I ask that?
We did quite well. We're moving on to the championship. We just have to wait until next week to see what happens against the Cooper against the Potomac River. The winner of that, they're going to advance against these guys' crew. And if weather's permitted, we're going to be there fishing with them.
Nice, man. Shout out to Muskrat. Awesome idea, Muskrat.
And B-Hub.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, B-Hub said good night to everyone. Dustin and I got the pleasure to meet B-Hub and his father out on the river yesterday. It's great talking with them. Always great meeting new people out there. So
that is awesome. I like that fishing.
So
Nice
what kind of fishing gear are you using? Why can't you catch catfish? What's the deal? What kind of I'm sorry, I'm Jeff. Who are you?
I am the Snatcher.
You are
the one and only Snatcher.
What the fish snatcher?
There you go.
What the fish snatcher? Am I in the Twilight Zone?
Sweet.
Hey, I'm a pan fisherman, right? And I met my bro Stan, Has Life, Brian B in there, and they've been giving me some game about how to catch some fish. So I got my Uncle Lou's rod, I got my spinning reels, got some bait casters, but now I gotta find some water, like Dustin said. I gotta find water with fish in it.
That's it. Where you from?
I'm in North Carolina right now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is there anybody around here you can meet up with to show you the ropes?
Oh, I got plenty of people that want me to fish with them. Just making time to do it. Honestly,
right. I mean, if you want it, you're gonna make that time.
Snatcher's a busy man.
Oh, yeah.
Look, what happens, Jeff, is what happens, Jeff, is what you do is you got to play off each other up here, and you ask questions so that you get people involved. You might even know what the answer is to the question, but you get people involved that way.
I'm sorry, this is your first time ever. So,
and by the way, you did a great job.
You're hanging with two stands right now. He's going to turn you into a pro immediately. I was the worst YouTuber ever. I couldn't even go live. They nominated me.
Within 5 minutes of being on here.
I hung with this. Is no joke.
Tutorials.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Muskrat. Go ahead.
I was going to say you need to start making tutorials for the rest of us now to how to come up with some of this stuff you got going on, because I'm telling you, your shows are entertaining to the max.
Absolutely.
When you can't catch fish, it makes you entertaining. That's the secret.
I agree.
I want to point out. I wanted to point out something to Jeff here, and I know he's watched the video 100 times, and I repeated it through the video. But one of the things that caught my eye and stood out so much when Jeff was fighting his BB fish was how much time he gave that fish and worked that fish, and he was working his drag. He was loosening it up as the fish got closer to the boat. He was really, really in tune to what was going on. And he took his time with that fish. And, in my opinion, that's why that's why we land those big fish like that is, working your drag, paying attention to what's going on. And you seen him backing off the drag as he got close to the boat. I said all this through the video, but it was one of the, I think it was probably my first time ever watching Jeff fish. Really? So, and I didn't know what kind of experience level he had. So when I was watching him, work that fish like he did, I was like, man, this guy knows what he's doing. I don't know him, but I know he knows what he's doing.
Well, you said a key thing right there, experience level, right? So there's levels to this fishing thing, right? So the longer you put time, it comes with time. It don't come overnight for anybody, right?
That's right.
The longer you put time in, the more work you put in, the higher your experience level goes up. So that tells me from Muskrat to say that about you, Jeff, is that you put a lot of time in.
To that point, you do learn by making mistakes, right, Jeff?
Well, you know what? You make that mistake and you learn from it, then you apply it the next day. Because when the going gets tough, man, the tough gets booting. That's the bottom line. So I learned from my mistake on the first day of fishing. We all did.
Right.
We all did. And we corrected it next time around. We got an extended
Well,
net, bigger net. I learned not to go as fast as I want to. It took my time. Then we redeemed ourselves, and I got 2 PBs. The following day, then the last time I was there, like 2 weeks ago, I topped that by 2 pounds. To me, that's outstanding.
That's right.
I'm sorry, man. I'm a little nervous.
Oh, you're doing fine. You're doing great, man.
Not to be nervous
You're
about
hanging with the
my man.
snatch,
You're
with the
just,
fish snatcher.
you're just talking with some friends. That's all.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You gotta learn one. There's a secret to this. When you say it, you have to say it with your chest.
Right.
Well, here's the cool thing. It doesn't matter how much experience you have at this point. There's so many people willing to give the knowledge away for free.
That's true.
And if you spend some time with somebody who has that higher level of experience or knowledge base, you catch on pretty quick. And so the learning curve now is so much smaller than what it used to be. The learning curve was so steep. A lot of people was intimidated to even go, try to target trophy catfish and talk the terminology that we use now. But now there's social media and all the platforms that are available. We see and share everything.
Well, I'm going to say it's all you guys in this community is what made catfishing cool. Before YouTube came around with the catfishing community, it was talked about a little differently. Catfishing was. I'm sure you guys heard it. You long time fishermen out there,
A bunch of hillbillies sitting on buckets, chicken liver, and using lug nuts for sinkers.
Not just chicken liver that was left sitting out for 2 weeks.
Woo.
Yeah, green
With WD-40 sprayed on it.
WD-40.
Hey, I was that guy at one point. I was that guy who left my chicken liver out for a week and then tried to wear gloves and puke while I was putting it on the hook.
Flies everywhere.
Yeah. I was like, man, what the fish snatcher?
Hey, like I said, there's levels to this. You elevate it.
And,
Can you
and
remember
that's
the
another
first
thing.
fish you ever caught? Your first flathead.
What's that?
Yeah, again?
Yeah. Can any of you guys remember the first flathead you caught?
Yes,
Absolutely.
I do. I have a picture of it. My very first flathead I caught. I look like a freaking dork, but the smile on my face is so big. That could have been 109-pound flathead, maybe, I don't know. But it was the first time I caught a flathead, and I caught it on a creek chub off of a big stump on this hole I used to fish when I was growing up. And I kept seeing my dad's buddies coming in with these huge, like 30, 40, 50-pound flatheads. I'm like, man, those are in the same creek I'm fishing? They're like, yeah. I'm like, man. They said, we use live bait. We use this stuff. So I went out and caught some. I went fishing. I caught some channel cats. I was catching my normal little channel cats. And then, boom, this dude hit it. And I thought I was king of the world, man. And I was like, that's it. That's the fish I want to catch. I don't want to catch these little guys anymore. I want to catch these big suckers. And that was it. My first flathead, I was hooked.
Well, that's all that Jeff and Ed fish for is flatheads. That's all you got in your waters, right, Jeff?
Oh, really?
Yeah, we have flatheads and we have channels. So this picture me of my first fish ever. That's when I had arms and guns, man.
Oh yeah, look at that guy.
Oh, you can hold it back up.
Hold again. There you go.
Yeah. We couldn't see it.
There you go. Just like you, man. I was cheesing.
Yeah.
I caught the fever that night. And ever since I didn't look back.
My picture's way worse than that, buddy.
Can you dig it out?
It's on my.
I believe you were a little bit younger also at that point, Roger, right?
Oh, yeah. I was, I don't know, 12, 13, something like that.
Man.
13, 14, I don't know.
Hello, Greg. What's up?
Now, I used to only fish for flatheads, honestly. I didn't know anything about blues. I didn't have a boat. And I hate to admit it, but at one point, I fished pay lakes. Everybody was catching these big fish, and they was catching them out of these pay lakes. And I'm like, well, I want to catch big fish. And so I started going to pay lakes, and my buddy's like, man, look, if you would catch some fish out of the river, you'd stop that nonsense. And I was like, really? And so we went and we caught some fish, and that was it. I was like, man, this is a lot more fun. He's like, man, those fish go there to die. He said they're all skinny, and we started looking at the pictures and started looking at fish, and I compared them to what I caught out of the river. I'm like, dude, these fish in the river fight 10 times harder. They're healthier. I put them back, and they're going to still be alive. And that was it.
And
I got educated, and I turned my head and never looked back.
And Roger, I think that's why a lot of us do that, is not only to help other fishermen, but it's also to help the fish. Like that, we love these fish that we chase, and we want to see them. Now that doesn't mean that we don't want people to take them home and put in the pot. I just did the other day. Of course, you take some home, but the bigger fish got the better genetics. You want to leave them in the water so they can pass those better genetics on to the next generation. You want to take some. That's why you hear us call them eaters. You hear us call eater fish. Oh, that's a beautiful eater fish right there. That's some of your smaller, maybe 3, 5, 6 pound blue cats. Those are the ones that we suggest that you take home for the betterment. And here in Virginia, they want you to take like the 3 pounders, 5 pounders. They want you to actually keep some of them because it does help the overall population.
Well, and here, because you're so good at math, this is where I try to this is where I try to send people when they just don't understand that is a fish lays eggs. Only a very small percentage of those eggs are going to hatch or make it. Only to fry, and only of the fry, only a few of those are going to make it into fingerlings, and of the fingerlings, only a few are going to make it into become an adult fish. And so as the fractions break down farther and farther, if you start with a larger number, okay, so your bigger catfish lay a lot more eggs. If you start with a lot more of the fraction, when you break it down, you're going to get a lot more fish to make it into adulthood.
Right.
And the bigger the fish, the more the eggs, the better the fish, the more the fish, the happier I am.
That makes a lot of sense. I think that's the happier everybody is.
Absolutely.
And but getting back to I don't necessarily remember the first flathead, and I had caught in some big channels. We just really started targeting catfish when we moved down here to Virginia. So probably, well, now it's been maybe 6 years or so that we've been really targeting catfish. And I'd caught in some channel cats before that were in the teens up in the Delaware River and in Georgia, but had never really targeted big catfish. When we came down here to the James, started hearing about the blue cats that were here. So I started watching, looking on YouTube, and I saw Mike Chavez was really the first one because he was fishing the James River. So he was local, and so you start hearing things and picking things up. And the very first, the catfish that I remember the most, and y'all aren't going to believe it. You're not going to believe it, but it was before we started doing YouTube and everything.
222 pounds.
A 22-pound blue cat. That was the first big catfish that we caught, and then the rest is history. Now it's a 22-pounder, and that's why I say you'll hear me say a lot. It's not the size of the fish, size of the excitement.
Yes, sir.
That was a monster to me because that was the biggest catfish because I worked for it. That's what I wanted to catch. We were. We upgraded our lines, we upgraded our hooks, our bait. We were trying to fish the waters where they were at, and then to have that successful, that was awesome. And it was a 22-pounder. And now, I'm still excited catching a 22 pounder, but now it's like, yeah, check it out. There it goes. Another nice, pretty fish.
And that's where the legend 2 Stands was born. That's how the name came
where,
about.
yeah.
How about you, Dustin?
My first flathead. I think my wife and I were actually fishing, just having fun one day out on the James, and we caught I think my wife caught a nice. It was a small flathead. I don't remember the first flathead I caught. I do remember my biggest was a 17 pounder we caught while we're out looking, where we're actually targeting them. So that's that, like, to Stan's point, we were actually looking for, because we were getting ready for Pontoon Jody's first flathead challenge we were going to do. And we had live bluegill out there targeting flatheads. And the first fish we caught that night was a nice 17-pound flathead.
Nice. Yeah, for me,
What about
I caught several catfish before I knew what the names of catfish were. So I can't tell you when the first time I caught a flathead, but the first time I knew what one I caught was, it's probably like 8 pounds at the most.
Well,
but it was
for you, Snatcher, what was your most memorable fish that you caught?
A shark.
All right, there you go.
We got my career in fishing started out in the ocean. I'm like you, Stan. I grew up in New York, so I lived in Coney Island growing up. So all my
you
fishing,
got big jumbo blues, stripers. Jumbo blues, stripers.
Yeah, I love striped. That's one of my favorite fish to eat is striped fish. The striped bass, and I like porgies. We used to catch a lot of porgies.
Nice.
But my favorite to eat was striped bass. But yeah, so coming here, like, it's a whole different ball game, fishing in rivers and creeks and lakes. It's a whole different ball game, So I just enjoyed it. It got me back into fishing. And I enjoyed learning how to fish these waters, and I'm getting better every year.
And, it's funny you bring up shark, because Stan 3 still, he remembers, and fishing's been a big part of our life. Like I said, even though we just now started doing catfish, fishing's always been a big part of our life. And we went to Florida when he was just a little kid, and we were catching our bait there in the surf. And I ended up catching a hammerhead.
Oh,
and
wow.
to this day, he still remembers us catching that hammerhead shark, just because it was.
You're not gonna forget it. Yeah. You don't expect it neither, but down here in Florida especially, so I did a lot of fishing down there in Panama City Beach, and you can go out in the piers there. The guys, what they're targeting, sharks. They taught me all about the steel leaders and all that stuff, and you're gonna land some shark out there, man, for sure. They're just everywhere.
And Shade Tree Catfishing brings up a great point, and that's kind of where I'm at right now. You don't see me. You really hardly ever see me jump up to get the rod. I'm always like, you get it. He says he gets a bigger kick out of watching the excitement on his wife's face when she fights a large catfish and gets it in the boat.
Mm.
I get more thrill out of someone else catching that big fish than I do myself even.
Oh, I get excited, man. I don't care how big the fish is. I get excited just to catch one. I scare everybody on the whole dock or wherever I'm at. They're running away from the snatcher. It's like, this guy is a nut.
Unless it's somebody that knows what they're doing, then you're like, no, I'll get it.
I can vouch for that because I've been on the boat with Stan. I think at least 2 of my PBs that I've caught.
Really?
And his excitement level is almost up there with mine.
That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about, That's the whole. It's not even about the fish. I think it's about the excitement of catching something,
Oh, without a doubt. And
when you see something that you always taste. Oh my goodness.
Stan 3 was over the side of the boat, standing on the little platform out on the edge of Dustin's boat with the net, trying to land the 55-pounder that Dustin got just a couple weekends ago on Stan Day, and I'm holding on Stan 3's coat, and he's leaning out over the thing we were getting that fish, and it was
current running about 3 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Cold 34 degree water or 40 degree water, something like that. So he's, life and limb trying to get my PB in the boat.
That's awesome. I've seen some of his lives like that too. I've seen him actually hand rods over to people and let them pull in big fish, you know. I thought that was cool too. Well, I got you, Scan. I gotta ask you this, man. I'm really liking these videos you guys are doing on TikTok with the boat sitting in the mud and then dropping it. Those are cracking me up, man. Whoever thought of that, man, is genius. Those are funny, man.
Hey, you know what? Got to keep it positive, and when you're faced with a bad situation, you make the best of it and you have fun.
Who idea was it though? Said pull off the camera. We're going to make a TikTok.
we kind of all just went with it, you know. We got some shorts. We did some on YouTube. One of my favorite one, Dan said to Stan 3, so should we cast it out? And Stan 3 says, no, I'm just going to suspend it right here and hit right down in the mud.
That had me cracking up, man. That would have me cracking up. And the one where you didn't bring your lunch, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, you know, that's what it's all about. Dustin and I said, go ahead.
I was going to say,
go ahead,
speaking
Roger.
of that, when I fished with Stan and Stan 2 and 3, I don't even remember if we caught a fish, but I remember the excitement when we busted out the better cheddars.
That is true. That is true.
Uncle Lou is in the building, y'all. Uncle Lou is here.
What's up?
What's up, Uncle Lou?
Greg says,
Yeah.
I went fishing with my grandson last night and caught a 15.3 on new rod and reel and weighed it with
Awesome.
2 scales. There you
That's
go.
awesome.
That's sweet.
I bet he was excited. I bet grandson was doing backflip. Was he excited or did he know what was going on? Sometimes, you know, they don't realize to
Depends
be excited
on
yet.
age. Yeah.
Right.
Yo, you bring young kids with you, half the time they fall asleep or they're on iPads just jamming out playing their games, ignoring the whole situation.
What the fish snatcher?
and you know, that's where we try to do, like, we brought the twins, Stan 3's twins out. They've both caught, we took them trout fishing. They've both got PBs on trout now. They've both caught some bass. They've both got some big catfish.
Nice.
And yeah, you know, every once in a while they're 4, so you give them the little tablet, let them watch a little Mickey Mouse, then they get right back into it. But you guys, it's up to us to keep it exciting for them. If you are bringing younger kids out, keep it a shorter trip. Maybe start them with bluegill, or if you know you can get on some catfish, you know, that's a good. Probably not if you're bringing kids out. Probably not the best time to go trying to target, you know, 100-pound catfish.
Yeah, that might freak them out, right?
Take the kids bait fishing and have a blast.
Yep.
It's a twofold, you know what I mean? 2 birds, 1 stone. You get bait and you're having a blast with the kids. It's win-win.
Absolutely.
Oh no, I'm on the side with the frying pan, man. They trying to pull it out. Snatcher style.
Going to the Crisco disco.
Going to do the Crisco disco.
We got Lloydies out there. Sweet TV. Good to see you. We were just mentioning you the other day. Good to see you. Yeah, so, well, it's about 9:30.
Already.
Yeah. So we are going to be working on jumping out of here in just a minute, but it is the last Friday night, the last Cat Chat of 2022. So I wanted to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. I hope everybody's Christmas was awesome. And I hope everybody has just the best New Year you could possibly ever have. And that was the main point of coming up here. But so I thank everybody that came up with me tonight.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Danny Stone says, my last goal to finish off 2022 is to catch the only big blue cat in Baldwin tomorrow. There can only be one.
All right. Oh, keep that picture up there for 1 second for me, Stan.
Oh, which one?
The one you just showed, Danny Stone, his thumbnail there. What kind of fish is that?
That's a catfish.
It's a catfish.
Pieball.
A what?
I think I think it's that pieball, ain't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Question mark.
I'm
That
driving,
right
so it's real
there.
small.
That right there, Snatcher, is he's got the catfish held up. The catfish's belly is against his chest. So you're looking at the head of the catfish. So piebald, it's almost like an albino, but it's part albino. So it's got normal coloration up around its mouth. Then it's got white, and it's got a question mark. It
Right.
formed a question mark right on there.
That's
You know,
awesome.
and they're rare. There's only so many of them out there, but
Congratulations, Danny. You caught the unicorn.
there you go. There you go. Exactly.
That's awesome.
And Doug Talley, great to see you. Doug fishes the James River here. Oh, it's so awesome to see people, local people that fish the same waters that you do, and they're in chat, and you can communicate with them. I love that. That's awesome.
Hey, Dustin.
Sure.
I got kicked out earlier because Zach was calling me. We don't have enough bait to go in the morning, so we're going after bait. So
Okay.
unless we score some bait quick, all of our bait spots are still frozen solid. Today there was still 2 inches of ice on the marina that we needed to get, and the bait's there. There's like one path where the duck hunters have been going in and out. You could drive your boat on this just one little path straight in and out, and the side scan shows all the bait, but they're underneath 2 inches of ice. You can't catch them.
Goodness.
So, yeah. But
And
it's
There's-
Zach's birthday, and we're going to be out there fishing for Zach's birthday. It's a tradition.
Happy
Oh.
birthday, Zach, if you're listening.
definitely wish Zach a happy birthday from us.
Birthday. Zach.
There's Eric B out there. Eric B every Sunday afternoon at 2 p.m. Bible study on Eric B. Oh, Jeff's gone. Eric B channel. Whether you just want to hear some Bible verses or you need some extra prayer in your life, check out Eric B every Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m.
Yes, sir.
I don't know what I did, Jeff said. That's all right.
Jeff,
Dustin,
it was
before
a
we get out of
pleasure
here-
meeting you, man. I'm glad you came up, man.
Hey, real
And-
quick, have you ever wondered if Live Scope, Garmin Live Scope, could help catch catfish? Not just bait, fish.
Why wouldn't
you've
it be
ever
able
won-
to?
If you've ever wondered, tune in Tuesday night because we've got somebody who's catching catfish using Garmin Live Scope, and he's going to share his secrets.
Nice.
Woo!
Is it going to
There
be on
you
your
go.
channel? It's going to be on your
Yes,
channel,
sir.
Muskrat? Okay.
That's right. Every Tuesday night, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Be there, be square.
Be there or be square. If I don't see you there, I'm coming out your closet, Snatcher style. Yeah.
Danny Stone says, Snatcher, I have a short on his channel. Danny Stone has a short on his channel of him catching that fish titled Fish of a Life. Well,
Oh,
guess what? Danny Stone, the next time you're on Snatcher Live, that's going to be when you get picked on the wheel. That's going to be the video you pick.
There you go.
That'll be the one. So guys, not to try to get points off this show right here because shameless plug. Shameless plug.
There you go.
When I do put them on the wheel, the whole goal is to grow people, right? It's not for you to smash the subscribe button to the Fish Snatcher. It's for you to smash the subscribe button to the person on the wheel, right? So we ask everybody to say hook set in the chat because we don't want YouTube to be mad at us. So when you hear Stan saying to be on the wheel, that's what he's talking about. You get on the wheel, we watch your video, we react to your video, we vote on it, we comment on it, and we ask people that's new to your channel to hook set you. And I can do that every time you meet somebody in anybody's live. Doesn't have to be at the Snatchers live. I'm sure there's people in here that don't know each other. Get in, network with each other. That's what it's all about.
I agree.
Yep.
There it is. Rhonda just dropped the link. Fish of a Lifetime on Danny Stone Outdoors. There you go.
Fish of a lifetime. Unicorn fish. I learned something new tonight. I learned a lot of new things tonight from Dustin and Two Stands and Muskrat Adventures. I appreciate y'all. Always willing to share your information. Sharing is caring. Some people keep that knowledge to themselves, and you guys are willingly share. That's awesome.
That's right.
What it's all about.
Fish Shizzle, make sure you're at Muskrats on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Dustin, before we get out of here, anything you want to add?
Happy New Year, everybody. Hope next year is better than this year. And what I always tell my kids, your day is what you make of it.
Yes, sir.
Oh, awesome, Cobb. Awesome. Well, look for us out there on the rivers. Make sure, and that's another thing. You ever do see Dustin, myself, Stan, you ever see us out there? Make sure you say hello. We love that.
Do you guys keep stickers with y'all when y'all out? Y'all keep stickers on hand?
Sometimes.
I haven't, but I will now.
Yeah, start keeping it with you. I'm serious, man. It really surprised me how much people enjoy that when they come up to you and you give them a sticker. You know, you'll find a new supporter.
Yes, there will be. It's going to be a brand new year. It'll be the first stand day of 2023. Don R., hope you're doing well, my friend. Muskrat, anything before we leave?
No, everybody have a safe and happy New Year, and go Buckeyes.
Snatcher?
Yes, God bless you all. I appreciate y'all hanging out inside the chat, man. Hopefully y'all reach all your dreams and continue on that positive journey. I appreciate y'all. God bless. Happy New Year.
Well, I can't say any more than that, so we are out of here. Happy New Year, everybody. Deuces.
Happy New Year.
See you, bud.